piss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Tell me, boy.
I'm paranoid, I'm paranoid, I'm paranoid, bitch, I'm paranoid, I'm paranoid, I'm paranoid, I'm paranoid, bitch, I'm paranoid.
Testicles 1, 2, testicles. Welcome back to Paranoid Radio Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us again. This is the best show with the best content for the best listeners, and I am the humble host, Trebles Garcia. I want to thank every single one of you for showing out, for tuning in, and if this is your first time, make sure you stay tuned because we have a banger episode, classic feeling on very educational topics, and Big Tank and I just go on it with some banter and beautiful delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to remind you that Paranoid Radio Podcast is on all podcast platforms absolutely free. And you can also check us out on Instagram, paranoidradio.com. It's absolutely shut down for the moment. For the next couple of weeks, we're going to be revolving on switching servers. However, you can always catch us absolutely free, worldwide, on all podcast platforms. And just for the people that do not know where to find us, you can also go on Instagram. Excuse me. And find us on Paranoid Radio on Instagram. Mad shout outs to every single collaborator, every single person, and every single patriot out there today being livid in the comment section. I want to thank you guys for supporting us, for allowing us to enter your space. And do not forget that Paranoid Radio Podcast is dropping episodes absolutely free every single fucking week, every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And as a matter of fact, this week is a double dose of greatness as we are featuring Flashy_News 1, my Deep State correspondent, with another Flashy Friday extravaganza. We'll be talking about 9/11 and never forget what exactly. More details ahead as we'll be dropping this episode this Friday. Now, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for the next part of the show where the main topic comes in. We'll talk about Yellowstone, conspiracy theories, cryptids, and a whole lot of banter. Thank you so much for joining us on Paranoid Radio Podcast. This show is for you, challenging your reality at one episode at a time, every single fucking week, absolutely free. Paranoid Radio Podcast, drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and it allows other people to join the show as much as I enjoy making it.
You know what, Big Tank? I'm fucking tired of your shit. First and foremost. Well, I want to fucking let everybody know that last night on Call of Duty, I spanked that ass before I passed that ass. Like, I want you guys to pass on Paranoid Radio Podcast, word of mouth. Tell your friends and your fucking colleagues and even your fucking buddies, your lost fucking goofy looking cousins, your fine ass cousins, your mama, the llama, and your daddy. Everybody in your family about Paranoid Radio Podcast. That is right.
I don't discriminate. I'm open to all.
You were especially open to the llama. And when I said llama, it's because of those pronoun-sensitive assholes out there. You know, assholes also are pronouns, so that's pronoun number 75. Ooh, hey, fool, you're fucking dead. Either you pick up your energy or I'm fucking sticking in you.
Well, you haven't even started the fucking thing, fool. What the fuck? Get up in it.
That is right. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? It is an amazing fucking show that we have lined up for all of you guys. But right before we do anything, I want to remind you guys the Paranoid Radio Podcast now is available on all podcast platforms absolutely free. And make sure you check us out on Paranoid Radio on Instagram and get with the fucking groove. This episode is brought to you by Los Cuñados Bullies. Los_Cuñados_Los Bullies. That is right. Now, we have an amazing episode lined up for all of you guys. And right before we jump in from the deep end of the pool and set the fucking mood, I want to remind you that Yellowstone, for the most part, is a very peaceful park. Beautiful, steamy, and unique. A national treasure,
me and
for
Trebles
sure.
are actually going to go Broke Ground Mountain right there.
Yeah, Bareback Mountain? Wait, shut the fuck up. Beautiful, steamy, and unique. A national treasure for sure. And though not many are aware of its dangers, it appears to possess one of the realest and greatest chances to wipe the majority of life on the planet and the resetting of the human race and sending us into extinction and oblivion. Referred by scientists as the catastrophic super eruption, the sheer explosion of this volcano will go down as the biggest and the most prodigious prodigious event ever recorded on the face of the earth. Jump back to the younger and the older Dryas with your favorite hosts as we blow your fucking head back like a Colorado spring geyser on Yellowstone. Boom, boom, boom. That is right, Big Tank. Best goes on the motherfucking planet is coming in heat with heat bombs right now. Rapid fire. Big Tank.
Big
First
dog.
of all, how's your day, dog? What do you mean? Means like you moaned, and moans, I mean, they could be like painfully but good. Like, oh shit. Oh,
You know what?
mama.
It's I'm out here struggling, grinding, surviving,
Strungling.
making moves. Yeah.
Like strungling? Like strungling? What's that? What does that mean exactly? Can you give us a definition of strungling?
Like fondling but strangling.
The only thing I know that got fondled is you. Tell me, what do you know about national parks instead of getting raped and fucking strangled by big feet and fucking getting prolapsed, getting your asshole prolapsed by a bunch of UFOs that came from Mars and Venus and fucking gave you a straight out fucking sexy train on a national park?
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa. Slow your roll, Playboy. Slow your roll. All right, but let's dive in. Let's dive into it.
Okay.
Yellowstone. We're talking about the massive super volcano that could be
Massive.
touching
Super.
any
touching.
moment. It's actually over 100,000 years old that it's supposed to erupt it. So where it's past its prime.
Way
get me?
past its time.
Yeah.
I think it erupted about 3 times. The major eruptions that happened that we know of, 3 times already consecutively. One was about 2.1 million years ago, and the most nearest one was about 500 or 600,000 years ago. But the thing is that every single time that this volcano makes an eruption, it sets us back. It resets civilization. It creates a new beginning, or a quick end.
A quick end, exactly. So, okay.
What do you know all about quick endings?
I did not expect that one. I did not. You got me on guard on that one.
It's a super giant volcano called Caldera, by the way, and it's also, for the people that do not know, is the very first national park in the U.S. and the first one of its kind, and the biggest one in the entire fucking planet.
So,
bam.
Besides it having this massive global level effect extinction, it's also one of the most beautiful places out in the world. But whether everything beautiful must be deadly. We have cryptids. We have a mythological. People missing. Yeah.
People missing?
People missing. Everything surrounds Yellowstone, even up to this point, even in large creatures. But let's start off with the very first one, which would be the eruption. So it is projected that if it were to blow its top, like how it did to Trebles.
Yeah. Wait. Oh shit. Whoa. Sloppy, toppy, blowing. Oh. All right. Well, get really back in, Tech. You're getting messy.
Oh, I'm getting at it. I'm staying there. I need to stay in my lane. No.
Okay. All right. Stop fucking joking. All right. If it blows your top, if it blows the top off, what? I got some facts for you.
It would cover 75% of the world, and the most parts that it wouldn't touch would be Antarctica, because the suds would just fall down by that time and touch the water. Okay, so if that were to happen, we'd have no type of sunshine be able to break through. Crops would wither. Aside from it being the whole Pompeii thing where everything would be just fucking melted on. We would have nothing but global disasters spread out. We've all seen those ugly pictures where it shows lightning, lava, and everything. Imagine a massive heat being turned out of nowhere and it just affecting on our global climate. We'd have tsunamis. We'd have massive waves. We'd have anything cataclysmic happening.
We would be like an oven roasted McChicken. Let me tell you something. If it blows its top off like a motherfucking pimple on a teenager's forehead, the Midwest will be covered in 3 feet of ash. And this is no lightweight ash. The ash isn't only a silent killer, but it's also poisonous and able to infect plants, fertile soil, bodies of water, and anything that comes in contact with. In fact, it will affect the weather patterns on a global scale. Summer days as cold as winter's nights, and a toxic airborne contamination that will leave a cement-like substance in your fucking lungs, ultimately killing you and every breathing creature. Agriculture, ecosystem, and food production gets thrown out the fucking window followed by a chain reaction of coastal earthquakes, like the big one, the San Andreas Fault. Tsunamis, like Big Tank just mentioned, tectonic displacement, and even the change of polarity of the fucking planet. Woo! So that is a massive bomb. All right.
So not only that, we're talking about a volcano that stretches over two states.
Yeah. Let me give you the fucking time. I think it's about, let me see, it's about expanding over 2.2 million acres. 2.2 million acres of nothing but park, national geysers, spring wells, and magma activity. Obviously.
Well, we've seen a lot of videos where you see these hot geysers that people normally go and
hot
mess around
guys?
with.
Oh, you watch hot guy videos? Hot
guys is big dog. Now you're getting out of it. Slowly roll. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it
All right,
back.
Daddy.
All
right,
we can't
Daddy.
talk about that right now.
All right, Daddy. Oh, my bad, dog. I got a little can't wait.
Hot flashes. No.
Right.
But realistically, we're talking about hot geysers that have been incrementing in the heat level. So, as we all know, people love hot water. We love going to these spas, these natural spas, where we have that new flesh-eating disease. But we're not going to touch on that. We're going to save that for another time. But regardless, we see a rise in temperatures all throughout. Yes, is the weather warming up? Could it have a little effect of everything's extra too much sun? We're gonna go too extra toasty. Yeah, 1,010%. Shit, when I met Trebles, he was 2 shades lighter. Now look at him now.
I'm sexy as a motherfucker, and just like this volcano wants to erupt, you should see what wants to erupt in my pants. Oh, sorry, that was a fucked up joke. I'm sorry, guys. Let me get back. The eruption of this fucking volcano will be 1,000 times more powerful than a typical volcanic eruption. You know, guys. And it'll like you said, it'll cloud the entire continent in smoke. I'm talking about North America, followed by the cooling of the planet with a sulfur aerosol. Excuse me. Choke, don't swallow. I mean, swallow, don't choke. Wait, choke, don't swallow. Wait, how does it go? Don't choke, swallow. And guys, it's a very active area. It shakes about 1,000 to 3,000 times a year. I'm talking about earthquakes, minimal to big earthquakes. The area is the most active seismic piece of land in the entire planet. In fact, in the early 2023, scientists recorded a whopping 465-mile-long rise of land throughout the massive park. So it's like if the lungs are breathing, so it goes up, down,
up.
Exactly.
Down.
Dude, 465 miles, dog, of stretch of elevation. That is wild, that is wicked, and it's fucking scary. Squeaky.
It's definitely something that the whole U.S. would automatically feel, Canada feel, and Mexico to feel, just on plain point of impact. Let's not throw into consideration the magma that's going to be spewed out. Let's not throw into consideration the suds that it's going to be affecting. It's definitely something that a lot of people are going to die like that.
Think about it. Think about it. If an eruption of an earthquake, of a volcano blows up and it throws ashes and it throws rock-sized lava. So the lava spews up, right? And it's the size of your palm. And by the time it comes down, it's already a fucking rock. That rock hits you in the head, you're dead. Now, if this volcano blows, it won't be fisted-sized lava bits. It's gonna be fucking size car house, building-size lava rocks coming down, raining men, hallelujah, on you. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Hot as fuck, coming down on us like fucking hell on earth. This is an extinction level event. And people say that even the dinosaurs, because a lot of people don't believe in dinosaurs, a lot of people think that the dinosaur era was the lizard man era. People the Draconians. You want to jump into aliens? That's something different. But they did exist. People say that. And then it's also theorized that this amazing event was what made the fucking dinosaurs extinct. That's fucking funny. It's funny that you bring that up.
It's not impossible. It's not
impossible. Yeah. Now, I really want to jump into this because I think you're a very good speculator. You know what I meant?
Instigator?
No, you know what, Tank? You're not only an instigator, but you're a fucking professional. 10 out of 10, 5-star out of 5-star on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you drop off a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, ladies and gentlemen. It helps other people enjoy the show as much as we enjoy making it. Now, you're a fucking 5-star asshole, first of all, and a professional gaslighter. So that, for a fact, I'll give you 2 thumbs up in your ass for sure. That is right. Say something, Big Tank. Say something.
Sorry, I was a little parched.
You know what? I think
No.
you lost your shit talking degree, dog. Your STD, you lost it, fool. You are no more
Bro.
STD active or whatever. That's a good
But
thing.
we've talked about this, big dog.
Oh, here we
Taking
go. Your
all those
lazy ass
W's
excuse.
all those times, big dog. I got
Yeah.
tired of spanking that ass. You got the McDo. You got that Mongolian blue fucking ass cheek from all that smacking I've been giving it.
Mongolian ass cheek? Are you talking about the Genghis Khan birthmark?
Yeah, but that's exactly what you have, and you never had it, big dog.
You're a wild one, Mr. Grinch. All right. Talking about smacking that ass, I want to talk about the threats. Speculate how the volcano is not only a threat to the U.S., but it's also being weaponized. Now, let me give you guys a quick fucking brief introduction to what happened just recently. During my research, I found out that the Russian propaganda machine, because they also have a propaganda machine, not as big as the U.S. or fine-tuned as the U.S., but they do have one. The Russian Satan 2 IBM missile, was alleged used in a propaganda campaign where the Russian military triggered the Yellowstone National Park volcano to erupt by detonating a strategic nuclear attack, which means it's not a nuclear attack enough to blow out a fucking city, but it's enough to detonate some commotion in the ocean to destroy us by natural means. And this is not the first time we see this happen. The United States of America is known for weather manipulation, cloud seeding, creating fucking deserts, creating forest, deforestation, and using HARP and other direct energy weapons to change the weather to attack its enemies. Am I exaggerating here?
Doesn't almost every major nation do that?
Better yet, doesn't every major corporation do that? See, this is a key chain of corporations.
China does it. England's been doing it.
Oh, now you're talking some good shit. Okay.
I mean, so I wouldn't say you're making it seem like U.S. is way ahead of its time when we know it's not. Shit,
not at this era. Yeah, your word.
Yeah, I mean, China's in the borderline of making a new sun and closing out the old sun.
Well, you know what? Even that. Bill Gates, Gates. You know what I meant. Idiot. Okay, the dude I told you on the Kill Gates episode, he introduced a 5-year plan to the Biden administration to block out the sun. Now, let's say hypothetically, he's not gonna nuke the Earth. He's not gonna spray aerosols on the Earth, but he wants to do it by natural disaster means. Let's say that they did trigger the volcanic eruption. Let's say that they couldn't contain it, and let's say that he does end up fucking blocking out the sun, pushing us to the verge of extinction, or even worse, to the master reset that they want us to fucking reset to. How does that come into the picture? I mean, this is not out of the world. I'm speculating here based off conspiracy theories and also factual points that we had on different shows.
Well, okay. Stuff like this has always been happening, though. Let's talk about the atom collider that could create a black hole at any moment from them using it. You get me? Hole. Got it from yours. Huh?
How did you get it from me? How my head hurts.
Is it growing? I didn't think it was possible. Hey, for your head grows anymore, they're gonna think you're an alien when they uncover your corpse. Huh?
Uncover my corpse. All right, Tank. I need you to give me a solid feedback. It is.
Look,
yeah.
Look.
Over.
At the end of the day, we've been tinkling with technology the whole lives.
Tingling.
Tingling. All right.
Tingling.
Tinkling. All
right. Tinkling. Tinkling means pissing. Tinkle. I got to tinkle. Okay, I'll stop interrupting. Sorry. I just feel like you're using some crazy ass words. You have your own dictionary. I'll give you that.
Of course. All right, fool. But realistically speaking, we've been messing with technology since as far as we could remember. Okay, like I was saying, we got the atom collider in England, or is it fucking somewhere out there in the UK that's able to cause a black hole. It looks like we're setting our own selves up for these disasters for the state of science. You get me?
Yeah, for the sake of science.
To learn what to do and what not to do. So the whole HARP thing, the big base that we have in Alaska.
Yep.
That can malfunction and create this massive worldwide thing. Then you got people like North Korea. We got Russia. There are just, it almost seems trigger happy to start blowing up the world.
Yeah. Word.
I mean, so at the end of the day,
or at least the western part of the world.
I
Western
was saying,
civilization.
well, no. Let's be honest about it. Shit, you really think push comes to shove, something happens, they're not just gonna let it loose?
Oh no. Absolutely. I think it'll increment. It'll just jump into a domino effect. Let's hypothetically say that they actually blow up this fucking volcano. The United States of America would automatically fucking blow everything fucking continent up with all their fucking IBMs.
Exactly my point. You get me? So you have to you have to think about it. It's society. We're our own worst enemies. You get me? In the sense that we're never happy. We wanna think we know everything.
Yeah.
We wanna mess with forces unknown.
Yeah.
The most important
part is that we take God out of the equation. We take out and we try to we're not only trying to fucking actually fuck around and find out what different dimensions and open up black holes like your butt cheeks and shit, but we also come and fuck around and start hacking our DNA. And I'm not talking about vaccines. I'm not talking about COVID. Or maybe we could even bring it into that. But I'm saying we fuck around and we're playing God. Bill Gates is now, he just purchased Bush, Budweiser, and all these other fucking beers under the Bush factory, under the Bush Corporation, and drinks and stuff. But he didn't buy it because he wants to reinvent the brand, or he wants to recreate it, or bring it back up after the major loss because of Bud Light. No. He wants to do it because he is the biggest stake and farm owner in North America. And on top of that, he wants all of those companies to consume the products that he's making in that farmland, which is synthetic meat, synthetic wheat, synthetic corn, etc. It's synthetic. So the more synthetic shit that he has people purchasing, the more synthetic shit that we start eating. And then we also get sick off of it, which then makes us go to the doctor and buy his synthetic pharmaceutical drugs. And he has us coming and going. So this isn't a psycho event, and this is not a conspiracy theory. This is just a fucking conspiracy. Like it or not, it's your fucking reality. And this is what we do here at Paranormal Radio Podcast. We challenge reality one episode at a motherfucking time. Yeah.
Okay. You had a lot to say.
Bro.
But it's all facts to it. Motherfucker, shut the fuck up for once. All right, big dog, shut the fuck up, fool. God fucking damn, big dog.
Okay, all right, I'll give you okay. Go for it.
And this is why I tell you humanity's flawed. Okay? Knowing that he just purchased all these beers, are you gonna start consuming less alcohol?
Actually, I have to stop drinking. But yeah. As long as he doesn't own Modelo.
Motherfucker, I've seen you. Hey, there's nothing today. I'm gonna pick up the shittiest, nastiest beer today. Because I want to ride.
I want to ride.
All right.
Okay, you have a point.
Okay.
Okay.
Your super pills that you get at 7-Eleven, your magic wonder pills that you've gotten at 7-Eleven.
Las Poderosas? Don't you dare. Oh, Tank, if
that's
you dare.
That's like a sprinkle of little bit of everything, and you call them, like you said, Las Poderosas. You don't know where they come from. You don't know what they do. You don't know anything. But you got so much faith in it. Right? We all know.
They think that you're buying Rhino pills. Rhino 3000.
No. There's like the supplemental vitamins that they have right there, and they really do. They really help out Trebles. You get me?
You're talking about the flu ones, the ones for when I get sick.
Yeah.
Not
build immunity. Yes.
Rhino 5000.
No.
Get an extra long and extra hard thinky. Woo! All right, Tank. All right, get to it. So the point is,
even weed to this point is mass manipulated. All these chemicals thrown into it at all these greenhouses. Is that stopping anybody? People no longer buy it organic. You get me? People no longer go to your local drug dealer. Why? Because it's legal, it's quick. You'll buy a candy because you don't want to be caught smoking or whatever. You'll buy in candy form, in a pen form. Humanity is flawed.
Yeah.
For example, Trebles. Almost every fucking day we buy junk food.
Almost every fucking day.
day.
Word.
And we know that shit's the most processed thing ever imaginable, big dog.
No
We
nutrient
literally
having
know that.
ass, delicious, addicting, hot fucking Cheetos. I swear
And
to
guess
God,
what
I
we
can't
do?
live
And
without them.
guess what we do? We eat it. So
Yeah.
even though we complain about it our entire lives,
Huh.
something as real as Yellowstone, we could care less because guess what? We're gonna kill ourselves faster with everything homemade. Well,
You know,
everything man-made.
do you know that? Okay, so this is I like that you brought that in because this is all part of us being programmed and also not having anything else to eat because we live in these fucking smart cities. Think about it, dog. Think about it. What other option do we have but play the fucking game? It's like when we started this fucking podcast and I wanted to fucking make it pop. Nobody was following us on Rumble. Shit, nobody even followed us on Twitter. But on Instagram, we caught some waves. We caught some more waves, and thank God now we're riding a little wave. See what I'm saying is we have to play their game and use their fucking social media sites, get on their platforms, because yeah, we're flawed. But then again, this is all we have. So we have to work with what we got and adapt. Like I've always told you before, it's not the first one or the last one that does it best. It's whoever does it best is that's gonna survive. The most adaptable species on Earth, and I think that's what's gonna take. It's gonna take us to adapt immediately and fast and heroically in a way to fucking make sure we survive this.
I wouldn't say that.
Natural disaster. What do you mean?
I wouldn't say that because we have the ability to control our own consumptions and to actually take care of ourselves on what we do and what we can. But we choose to not worry about that and worry about everything else that we have no type of control over.
I like that. We're gonna have to fucking do an episode on how to take care of like holistic healing type of shit and eating, right? Like. But I mean, even organic. I've heard a lot of shit about organic foods even being controlled opposition.
Okay.
Like they control both sides of the plane.
So Yellowstone could happen at any point, naturally, because we're overdue. Okay.
Like San Andreas Fault. When that shit hits, that's it.
Yeah.
Game over.
Okay. So all of that could happen naturally just by itself. And we're more worried about that type of stuff versus something we could actually do and take control of ourselves. That's
So what you're saying is
part.
What you're saying is we should start small. Take care of our bodies first. Take care of our local governments first instead of trying to take Joe Biden out.
No, fuck local government. Just start off with yourself.
Start at your home. Take care of your family members and take care of your kids and change your political stance and the way you eat and the way you take care of you and yourself and your family at home first before you start doing a major change.
As long as you're on the right path, technically it should all trickle around.
Again, tickle.
You don't know what trickle is? Trickle is a real word. Look it up.
Trickle is a real word, I think.
Hey,
you got me so confused, fool. I don't know what dictionary we're reading now.
It's called the Tank's Encyclopedia of Majestacious, all right?
We need to fucking publish that shit. We need to publish that shit quick. I'm gonna put that shit on the link in bio. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Paranoid Radio Podcast. Make sure you stop by and drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It allows other people to enjoy the show as much as we enjoy
all that
making
stupidity
it.
that you spoke. We didn't speak about the major cryptids. We didn't speak about.
Well, okay. Well, then good because check this out. There is major cryptid sightings at the fucking Yellowstone National Park. As a matter of fact, Dogman is one of the biggest fucking cryptids that roams the area. And there's also huge fucking folktale from Native Americans around the area. It is allegedly a UFO encrypted hotbed, including all the fucking stories. Hotspot. And there's registered counts of family members being mutilated in this area. The thing is that the mainstream media doesn't put this out because it's a huge consumption, a huge fucking gem for the United States and all the tourism. So there's people around the world that come and see this place, So of course they're not gonna let you know. But they do close out different areas of the park at different times of the moon moon solstice or the moon solar eclipses and shit, because allegedly that's when it gets amplified and these energies, these entities start popping up and causing more havoc.
Well, let's step away from that. There are massive sized wolves, documented as wolves, where you catch them in the middle of the street. Obviously, we've all been through a 2-street road, and literally you see the wolf, literally within 2 steps, it's already crossed half the barrier.
You talking about like regular wolves, like canine wolves?
Wolves, massively enlarged, where we've all been through a 2-lane street. Imagine, okay,
Word.
your house. Okay,
Uh-huh.
2 cars walking through.
Yeah.
How
yeah.
big is the car? We're
The
roughly
size of a
talking
car. You're talking about like
about
holy
7-8 feet in
shit.
length. 7-8 feet in length, just the size of a car. You get me? Imagine it taking 2 steps and it's already on one side.
You know what? And that's a big possibility, because if there is all these minerals getting pumped up out of the geysers and out of the water and out of the fucking, the water's the most cleanest and has all these minerals and shit, and they drink that water, let's just pretend, right? Or they eat different animals that drink that water, they probably getting a little hormone boost and pushing them to fucking, live. Or there's a fucking hollow earth entrance. I don't fucking know.
Not only that, I mean, shit. We're talking about something natural and nature made. We all know since World War II came out, after World War II, we got the whole invention of plastic, everything being involved in plastic. There are actual accounts where they show humans being stronger and bigger than what we are today because of the invention of plastic. Could the plastic thing have an effect on us? Remember, it's definitely a possibility.
Wow, like the African lion. The African lions now are just a fraction of the real size of lions that they used to exist back then. And talking about Africa, now that you mentioned that, we need to do an episode on this fucking huge swamp, the size of the United States of America in the middle of Africa. I forgot the name of it. We got to look it up. We're going to do research on this. And we're going to drop this fucking episode next week or do something about this. It's fucking huge. And it turns out
what she
that...
said.
Dog. That's what she said. Well, it turns out that this swamp is holding fucking 24 feet. And those are the small ones, allegedly, to the fucking local survivors. 24 feet alligators and other types of fucking Jurassic world plants and animals in this fucking swamp in Africa. So it's not out of the realm that these areas here in the planet Earth that we haven't explored. Dick, we know more about space, allegedly, than we know about the under fucking bottom of the sea. So it's fucking retarded. It's redunk.
Exactly my point, big dog.
So make sure you check us out on ParanoidRadio.com. Big time. They don't know where they can find you.
You guys know the deal. Follow me at EKNAT626 or Los_Cuñados_bullies. Got some Frenchies in. Tap in. Give you guys a hella good deal. Mention Paranoid Radio. And Trebles will definitely hook you guys up.
You're gonna hook them up. You're giving them that deal, dog. I'm just over here. I'm just kicking it, bro. I didn't even get a fucking hookup. The fuck you talking about? Hooking them.
You didn't get a dog. How you gonna get a hookup? You didn't get a dog.
That is right. Make sure you check them out on Los_Cuñados bullies. And this is Paranoid Radio Podcast. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It allows other people to enjoy the show as much as we enjoy making it. That is peace out.
Paranoid Radio.